This episode is brought to you by O3. O3, live pure.
Dumelang. Hello everybody, Agatha Atlholang here, aka the Boss Lady. Welcome to Ikage Motswana The Podcast. It's March and we're doing things a little differently this time around. And by the way, welcome to my humble kitchen. Kitchen ba gaetso re khoda mo kitchen ya me. E leng gore o itse re keng inte ya galalela en khamonate. So here we are. Thank you so much for watching. This episode is proudly sponsored by O3. O3. Live pure. So welcome to Ikage Motswana The Podcast. Like, subscribe, share, do the right thing, guys. Do the right thing. So today, I'm not alone. We're talking the month of March, which is Women's Month. I'll be talking to a young lady. She's actually my PA. Her name is Lesedi Mangwe. I'll let her introduce herself. And we're basically going to be talking today about basadi, bomme, the different generations. What is our responsibility to young women? What are the responsibilities of young women to younger women and to older women? So without any further ado, welcome Lesedi Mangwe. Hello, baby.
You forgot something.
What did I forget?
You didn't call me by my nickname.
Mangwezi.
Well, very real.
I'm so sorry.
Please don't be out here.
Hi, Lesedi.
Hi, dude. How are you?
I'm okay. How are you, baby?
I'm fine.
By the way, how old are you?
27.
You're 27.
Mm-hmm.
I'm 43.
Yeah.
What's the age gap?
16.
What's mathematics?
Quick maths. I ring big shake. Quick maths.
Clearly, you are well.
Mind, body, and soul.
So tell the viewers out there, those who are watching, a little bit about yourself. Who is Lesedi?
Right. It's my time to shine. So, hello, everybody. My name is Lesedi Mangwe.
Mm-hmm.
I am femininity, I am growth,
Ooh.
and I am peace. Might I say, it took a whole lot to get to this point where I can actually describe myself in 3 words that I actually resonate with and can relate to. So, yeah, but outside of being all these 3 things I just described, I am just a young girl.
Yeah.
Who's very passionate about life.
Yeah.
Passionate about growth.
Mm-hmm.
And passionate about, what else? What else do I like? I like kids.
Yeah.
I love kids. Mm-hmm. But outside of that, I work as a digital marketing professional. I do work for Ikage Motswana and all these other amazing brands that I work with. But outside of that, I am femininity, growth, and peace. Zen.
Wow! What are the chances of a 27-year-old Motswana young lady describing herself in 3 words? Wow.
How many are we in this country?
A 2.5 million or something like that?
1 in 2.5 million, baby. Thank you. 1 in 2.5.
Oh, by the way, yes. Lesedi is my PA.
Yeah.
And, I just love her energy. I love your energy, baby. And I love your growth. And I've watched you grow. First and foremost, where did you get qualified? Where did you graduate?
I graduated in 2019, University of Botswana.
So no look UBasco. And what was your experience in UB?
My experience in UB was amazing.
Yeah.
I absolutely loved my journey there because it was my time to get out there. Although I don't really go out there much, but my version of that was blissful,
yes,
to say the least. At the time, I had a very supportive boyfriend. I chose my mother helped me choose a course that absolutely resonated with me, and I have no regrets with whatever happened in that school. I absolutely love it, and I would encourage everybody to go there and experience it for themselves.
So your mom had a role in helping you choose a course.
Yes. Funny story.
Yes.
I had a thing for sciences. I thought I was this big nerd.
Yeah.
I wanted to go do some geology course, go be used to. Like, I'm not very sciencey. I did very well in physics and chemistry and all of that. I hated biology, but I did really well. And I thought, okay, since looking at my results, I feel like this makes sense. It makes sense for me to go to BU. So mom said, no, I don't think so, Lesedi.
Yeah.
I think you would do well go crossing your media studies to go UB. At the time, I didn't know anything. I had so much trust in my mom. I believed her. I trusted her decision. I thought, okay, it makes sense. I don't see myself doing this, but let me just try it out for myself. I decided to go to UB, go with my mom's decision. And then next thing you know,
here you are. Now, can we say, Lesedi, that it is very important for a parent to really be in tune le ngwana?
Yes.
As the child is growing up?
Yes.
So that a kgone go lemoga dilo ka ngwana. And then a kgona go guide ngwana sente along the way.
Yes.
So are we saying that having a mom and having a dad, having a parent, whoever it is who's responsible for you, should be emotionally present for the child?
Very much so.
Uh-huh.
You should. It's the responsibility of the child.
Yeah.
To really pay attention, pay
of
close attention. Yes, of a mom.
Yeah.
To pay close attention to ngwana. O lebella gore ngwana yo o behave yang, o respond yang to whatever's going on.
Yeah.
Gape o lemogele gore really, how do they show up in the world?
Yeah.
And then you help them make decisions based on that. Because I can say one thing, but my actions say something else.
Yeah.
Which is why I hope the actions speak louder than words.
Yeah.
I can say something, but say it totally wrong. But when you look at my actions, they totally go a different way.
Yeah.
So that's why it's important.
So your mom should be able to see how you show up and be able to guide you and help you in making executive decisions. Is that what you're saying?
Very valid.
Right.
Yeah.
You grew up with your mom. Did you grow up with your dad? Were your parents married? What's the story there?
I was raised by a single mom.
Yeah.
Absent father.
Yeah.
Still very absent to this day. He comes and goes into my life, but it's neither here nor there. I'm over that. I figured it makes sense to just handle or deal with whatever's around me. And it's my responsibility to really look at what's going on around me, identify what destabilizes me, and then take it out.
Yeah.
Even if that's your parent, that's your friend, if that's your sister, these are people you can't really distance yourself away from, per se. Like, you can't just delete them.
Cut them off.
No.
Cut off.
You can't just cut them off. It doesn't work that way, because something along the lines, is going to bring you back together.
Yeah.
But until that moment comes, it's your responsibility to identify what works for you, what doesn't, what makes you unstable, and then figure out how to deal with that situation in a way that doesn't put you in a compromising position. Because right now, you are center stage. You're the lead role or the lead actor or actress in your own life. So
in your own story.
Exactly. So if you don't remove whatever's going on around you and whatever's destabilizing you, you're going to be out here walking around blaming people for the decisions that they made, owning people's dysfunctions, being weird. And I didn't want no part in that. I figured right now in my life, I'm in charge.
Yeah.
I decide what I want to do. And it's my responsibility to act it out.
Correct me if I'm wrong. What you're saying is your life.
Yeah.
Granted, you might not have had your dad. Granted, your parents might not have been married, and they might not have given you that environment where you had a mom and a dad, a two-parent home, a nuclear home. But in the end, you can only cry over it for a certain period of time.
Exactly.
At the end of the day, you're growing up, you're an adult, you need to take responsibility for yourself, because your parents are not always going to be there for you.
That's right.
The reason why I'm stressing this is because we live in a country where there's a lot of absent fathers. We live in a country where in 2019, 84.4%, I don't know if it's 83.4% or something like that. Yeah, in 2019, Statistics Botswana put out a survey, and the results of the survey was that 83 or 84.3% of whatever, 80 whatever percent. Bana ba ne ba tshotswe at that time, the children who were born were coming from single parent homes. They're from single moms. The dads are nowhere to be found. So this is like a culture. It seems to be a culture that is accepted.
It's a norm.
It's like a norm. Now, as a young person seeing this, what is your take on that?
It worries me. I get really upset at the people who keep making these babies. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to be disrespectful,
Mhm.
but for me, it's like seeing how I grew up.
Mhm.
I had the best childhood ever.
Mhm.
I had a very present mom.
Mhm.
I lacked for nothing.
Mhm.
And it's the reason why in my life today, I
Mm.
don't act and operate from a place of lack.
Mhm.
That I'm very much grateful for. I
Mhm.
didn't need for anything.
Mhm.
Okay?
Yes.
Which says my mom provided for me,
Yes.
my sister, and everybody else that she felt the need to do that for.
Yeah.
So I'm very secure in who I am right now because of the way I grew up.
Yes.
Jano, in as much as honale, these very good things that came with being raised by my mom,
Yeah.
who did a brilliant job.
Yeah.
There's also this other side that we don't really talk about or we don't really know.
Mhm.
It kind of like it's hidden
Mhm.
in a sense,
Mhm.
okay? And for me, this is the part that makes me feel some type way. Ga di statistics di ta gote 83.3% of women gave birth to bana and like some kind of family setup.
Mm.
This is what upsets me about it, right? So I grew up a troubled child
Mm.
psychologically and emotionally because of an absent father.
Mhm.
And I could recognize it. I didn't know what it was, but it was there. Nobody understood it. I was very misunderstood. Even to this day, I'm still very misunderstood because I was so angry.
Mhm.
But now, I'm very mellow. I'm very soft and
Chilled.
consistent and chill.
Mm.
How lebella, the person I am now and how I grew up, you would not believe that I'm this person today because I was so angry at the world. I was very quick to fight. That time I didn't even know how to fight. My punches probably wouldn't even make any kind of impact, but I was so mad.
Yeah.
So mad. And I only understood why I was so mad when I was older. When I finally decided to really look into my situation. Why are you so angry? Why don't you laugh? A little while ago, can I just realize I never used to laugh. I never used to smile or do anything. I just took everything so seriously and personally.
Yeah.
But I know why now. It's because I was so mad at the world,
Yeah.
at my father for being absent. I was mad at my mom for whatever the situation, whatever happened in the relationship. I was like, why didn't you make this work? Whatever it is, I was just so mad about it. And for me, looking at it now, I'm seeing it doesn't make sense to have a child because there's always going to be this unmet need, yangwana. And this is the reason why we have so many angry kids today. This is why bana ba sanna sente ba le so mad, ba le so rowdy, because there's this unmet psychological need that can only be met by a dad. Because you always say, there's femininity and masculinity, both within the same person. Now, for me, my femininity is very dominant. I've had to, uproot it and mold it to be what I needed to. Toxic. But there's also this part of me that needs a man to bring out. Which is why I think boy to try out new things. Sometimes boy to just really put myself out there because I didn't learn that from the person who was supposed to teach me.
Being your father.
Exactly. So it's like you don't know that you're putting other people in danger. Other people as in your extended family, the siblings, sabanaba, and other people out there, the other person.
Okay, so what you're saying is it looks all nice and rosy now when you have the baby, raising the baby, olenosi. Meanwhile, an adult, because of certain psychological needs that were not met, and because of certain teachings and learnings that the child was not given or taught or whatever it is, the child shows up in a fragmented kind of way around others. Is that what you're saying?
That is true.
Okay. So that is why it's important to have a dad, in your opinion, in that it helps you that support system, because dads are like that, love.
I know.
I always tell you about my dad and how, and once you look at, like you've been around people who grew up Modi two-parent home. What was the difference between you and them? What differences do you see, Hans?
The difference with me and them, between me and them, one, they're very secure in who they are. ga ba tekateki. I had to learn to be very, I don't want to use rigid, but to be very stern and
solid in yourself.
Solid and cemented. It's a thing that I had to work on myself. Stabilize.
Yeah. So number one, there's a sense of stability when you're growing up with two parents.
Yes.
No. You stand by whatever it is that you are saying.
Yeah.
You stand by it. Nobody just comes and says poof and then you're gone.
No. And the second thing is I've also realized the difference between me and the other guys is that I had to learn to take criticism.
Yeah.
I had to, because anything you would say would just...
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I had take people back. Anything that, because we live together, by the way. Lesedi's my PA.
Yeah.
We live together. We've got such an amazing relationship. She's the daughter I never had.
Yeah.
So obviously, I'm coming from a 2-parent home. You're coming from a 1-parent home. So there's going to be some sort of clash just to get the viewers up to date on what you're talking about.
Yeah.
So yes, some of the things that I would say, they would.
Some of the things she would say would really hurt my feelings.
Yeah.
But for me, we've built a relationship where I know that whatever it is you say, I know that it comes from a really good place.
Yeah.
I know that you love me.
Yeah.
And I know that whatever you say doesn't change the fact that you care for me and you want the best for me.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So this would be on some instance where you would say something about what I'm doing on some, no,
yeah.
I'd be on some, what do you mean? I love you.
Yeah.
But I love you doesn't change.
Yeah.
Right now,
how
you're not showing up for
yeah.
this other person, and you need to work on that.
Yeah.
I had to learn to understand the difference between, not the difference, but there's a situation where you can hold two sets of emotions for the same person.
Yeah.
You can love me very much and agree with me and defend me, and I can vouch for her any day.
Yeah. But I can also correct you.
Yes. You can be annoyed with me and then correct
me. Yeah.
Right? So this is when I learned there can be a duality, because for me, because I grew up so mad and angry, I only knew one kind of emotion, a negative kind of emotion.
You didn't know that you can have two emotions, like you've said, at the same time without choosing one or the other.
You don't have to pick a side.
Yes. It's just simple. Knowing that your mother loves you, your parent loves you, your teacher loves you, but they can discipline you at the same time and show you how sa dirin sentle.
And the discipline part comes from a person of masculine nature. But because I didn't get that, it was always, okay, you can get whatever you want. Don't get me wrong, I'm not spoiled. I know how to take my L's. But also my mom did a really good job with teaching me how to accept situations. But accept the thing, it would be from a place of, okay, it wouldn't be from a place of, I understand why I did this. And I understand why the consequences didn't say. It was always from a place of, okay, fine, but...
Instead of understanding, so there's that element, when you're not coming, because your father is supposed to discipline you. He's the disciplinary here. He's the one who tells you, my girl, you can't it's a doggy dog world out there. You remember the conversations I used to have with you? Listen, you don't get to just live how you want.
I know.
You don't get to just walk out and think that you're going to get a job.
No.
You don't get to come here and have purple lipstick and whatever hair and think people are going to take you seriously.
No, you attract horrible kind of people. It's like what you always say, dress how you want to be addressed. And for me, I know where all of that came from. And I remember this incident very vividly. So when I was younger, it was always my mom, Nali, my sister. My cousin who lives in Tonota very much. Shout out to you, dude. Shout out to you. Rafa Atile, before he had Atile and his own family, he would come up to our house, our visit. And I remember, I wanted to go out to Cosimo Swinki, but Rafa Atile and Kalemela are Lesedi.
That was masculinity at play.
You cannot go out and say hello. I will not accept it. And for me, I felt very wronged.
Yes.
And this was some Hanik Sinziki Balabo Form 1, Form 2, Form 3, somewhere along those lines.
And you were feeling controlled. And this man, as they put it, is misogynistic.
Ma'am.
Those funny words they like to, is patriarchal.
I wanted to wear what I wanted to wear. Listen, I wanted to wear what I wanted to wear.
It's my life. It's my body.
That time, this man was protecting me from these lurking eyes and attention, because he's a guy. He knows how guys think and how guys operate. And he knows how they
screwed up men can be.
So
broken men can be.
Yeah, at the time, I felt so offended. But now, looking back at it, I went back but looking back at it now, I think to myself, you know what? Shout out to Rago Atile for showing up for me.
Shout out to all the good men out there who are trying to protect our kids from pedophiles.
Shout out to you, Rago Atile, for being such... for showing up when I needed you to show up for me. I didn't understand it at the time, but I get it now. You know? So that's what really masculinity does in your house. And I've since managed to heal my father wound by being around Banna Baile.
Healthy.
Listen, when I tell you nothing shakes me, when I tell you no nigga will catch me slipping.
Gen Z.
When I tell you I'm so cemented in who I am right now because of the kind of men to get out of this situation where I was so and now I can show up gilly, very secure and knowing who I am. No nigga will catch me slipping. I'll make mistakes.
Yes.
But not the ones that will devastate me. That much we can bet on.
I love that. I'm loving that, Lesedi. I'm loving that.
Thank you.
O3, thank you so much for sponsoring this episode.
Yeah.
Whoa. You know, real conversations in real time, real solutions. Now, Lesedi.
Yes.
We've spoken a lot about masculinity, and we're talking about femininity.
Yeah.
We're talking about moms. We're talking dads. We're talking growing up. We're talking about you as a woman. And it's Women's Month, right? So Women's Month, I've been listening to you.
Yeah.
What do you think the responsibilities are? I mean, if you look at our relationship, you know, and what you've learned from our relationship, what would you say about the relationship between your 27-year-old and your 43-year-old? Is that an important relationship, or do you feel like young people should only be surrounded by their peers? Is it important for you as a woman, regardless of your age, to have older women in your space for whatever reasons, and maybe you can tell us those reasons?
Okay.
Is it important? First question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's important to have baholo around you.
Yeah.
But it shouldn't just be moholo mongwe le mongwe. It needs to be a healthy adult who can show up for you and show up for themselves, because I get a template.
So it's first show up for themselves, not you.
I come second.
Yes. So this person must be centered and grounded in themselves, showing up for themselves.
Very much so.
Yes.
Because there's no how you can show me how to live and tell me how to live without doing it yourself.
So yeah. A whole 43-year-old who doesn't know anything about life, out here acting like she's 16, thinking that she can teach you anything about life when I can't even teach myself, and I don't even embody the energy that comes with being older and wiser. Is that it?
That's right. And I always say, and I think maybe this is what kind of makes me a little bit harsh.
Yeah.
Why are you showing up this way? I see this because when my relationship with you is, I do this.
I think, let me correct you. I don't think you're harsh. I think what you're doing is a natural thing. Was a question, and it is your right. Continue.
You see wisdom. You see being with an adult who knows how to read between the lines. This is what happens. because next time I'm going to do exactly the same thing with somebody else and be awesome. No, this is what you want to say.
Yeah, so continue.
Hey.
That's why you get perplexed.
You see?
Ma'am.
No, because I would question. And the reason why I trust you so much, even though you're mad at me, even though you correct me, and sometimes I feel like it's harsh, I know that you're doing it with so much love because of how you show up.
Yeah.
And this is why any mogolo who comes to me, because I have this thing where people feel like, it's okay, and I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
They see me, they feel like, okay, this is somebody I can give advice to, and they'll listen.
Yeah.
Great, please, by all means.
Yes.
I will more than be happy to listen to you.
I'm open to it.
Very much so.
Yes.
But I listen.
Yeah.
I listen to your story. I listen to how you say things. I listen I listen for this. There was a problem.
Mm-hmm.
This is how it affected me.
Yeah.
And this is how I show up because of the problem.
Yeah.
And this is why you shouldn't show up in this way that I did.
Yeah.
For you, because of Muyengana, I would advise you that you do it this way.
Yes.
For me, that is a balanced kind of advice.
From an adult.
So
the adult should be able to tell you, Ngwanak, na ki diragaletse go mo nkile ka go bona. E le ke sena nna ke go bona. Ga ntlhokofatsa yana. Ka kalla yana. E le ke sena nna ke kalla.
Yeah.
Ke a itsheka-tsheka.
Very much so.
E rile ke sena nna ke itsheka-tsheka ka bona diphoso tsa ka, ka bona diphoso tsa motho o mongwe o, ke a lemoga gore go hane re kaletse. Mme ke a ipaakanya.
Yep.
E rile ke sena nna ke ipaakanya be ke lemoga gore nya gone mme nka be ke dirile yana. This is why re yana ha ke ta go wena. Ke bua le wena ke se bias.
Ke bua story sote.
E seng se se favorang.
No.
That's right.
You are not one-sided. And that's what really makes me trust you so much. And I remember the day when I figured this out. You guys, Listen, this man was the love of my life. And I will forever talk about this day.
Mama Hurdy.
Listen. Oh, please excuse me. I cry loud, so I'm tears are just gonna be out here rolling. Cause and I'm like, ma'am, no. So in 2019, this man that I mentioning earlier, very good guy, very kind, very calm.
You guys were in the same year. Was it the same year?
Yeah.
He was a year ahead of you?
Yeah.
What
but
you
graduated in
one. Okay. Yeah.
So this man, very kind, still talk to him to this day.
Yeah.
Shout out to you, dude. I'm not gonna mention any names.
Yes, no names.
No. But in 2019, actually 2020, I see like he left and I understood why. Yeah. At the time, I was so mad at this person. I didn't understand it. I remember it like it was yesterday. I left my well, not really, because I was just contemplating, how is it that this person is leaving me? Yeah. But I'm so awesome, but I love him. Yeah. But he says he loves me, but he's gone. No, it's not love.
It's not making sense.
No, what is this? So I go into my auntie's room. And you
literally came into my room. Now I'm sitting there and I'm like, time, ngwanaka. Self-awareness.
And then
Emma.
Hey. I start bawling my eyes out. And I remember it was because before we roofed up this place. Yeah. I remember that couch was in the background there. So the lounge was looking different. So I said, hey, I don't understand what is going on. It's not making sense. Help me understand. Yeah. Why does this person love me? And why do I love him? But he leaves. Yeah. Why? Yeah. And I remember you said, yeah, but Lesedi, it sounds like you want to only love him. Yeah. That sounds selfish. That is a little bit selfish, don't you think, my girl? And I was like, lighthouse, like, wait. Hold on. Wait a minute. What she's describing is I'm coming off as selfish for wanting to only be with this person.
Yeah. And there's some sort of neediness as well because there's lack of wholesomeness.
Right? No, but you don't want to be seen as selfish, do you? No. You want to be able to love this person, right? Yeah. Okay, so why does this love hurt?
Yeah.
is it even love?
Yeah.
Is this what love is supposed to feel like? Is it supposed to hurt?
Yeah.
And that's when I and ever since then, 2 years later, by the way, I remember near drive around and it just dawned on me.
Yeah.
You said 2 years ago, and I didn't understand. She's on some Buddha tip. I'm just like, ma'am, just tell me to call this person and ask why is love bad.
Realistic, boss lady.
You know? So 2 years later, we're just tapping away here and there, but and I remembered you said, yeah, but listen, it can't be love if you want him to be here with you, and you can only love him alite. That's not the way you do it. And that's when it settled in me. That's when I was like, okay, maybe I was flawed to think maybe I'm supposed to feel this way, Galarato. Maybe there's something wrong with me wanting to only be with this person, aleha.
Yeah.
That's not the right way to do it.
Yeah.
And ever since then, I was like, okay, so this person at the time, I was very vulnerable. She didn't tell me what I wanted to hear.
Yeah.
She told me the truth as it is.
Yeah.
And I believe you trusted that at some point I'll get it.
Yeah.
And I did.
Yeah.
It took me 2 years, but I got it. And that's when I decided, okay, when you listen to people, listen to what they say, hold on to it, assess it, and somewhere along the lines, even when you don't get it, this person and I realized that this is the reason why I have so much respect for you.
Yeah.
Because you don't and this is why ke ne ka ithuta go lebella gore o go reetsa rather gore motho ga a bua story o se bua jang.
Yeah.
Le gone o lebella the body language ya bone gore a o bua le a painter the other person young. Is their story balanced from both perspectives?
Yeah.
And that's when I was like, okay, you can listen to people, but you don't have to take everything they say because thank you.
So I think for me, and listening to what you've said,
yeah.
Because sometimes when we're on podcasts and people are watching, they tend to hear what is not being said.
Yeah.
We're not saying Baholo have nothing to offer.
Nope.
We are not saying that Baholo has batho ba sepe.
Baholo ba very important in this life.
Exactly.
Thank you.
Exactly. Yeah. But we are also saying that we appreciate the fact that hona le Baholo ba bakalitsi. And for me as an adult, my whole thing is for years and years and years and generations and generations, Baholo have been given a blank check. They don't feel the need.
Yes.
Me, I expect a certain level of respect from Bana. And I'm the person who will always call out my age mates and call myself out. You earn people's respect. And this is one thing that adults need to learn.
Yeah.
And this is one thing that young people need to learn.
Yeah.
Because lwena wa go gola lesedi. Go mo go to go diragalla lwena go to go nna le banana ko tase ba ene gore ba tla ba go lebella ba go hold it to account. So this happens, this is nothing new. It happens from generation to generation to generation.
Yeah.
So ha ile gore ga o ipaakanye o le mogolo. O bo expecta gore bana ba go reetse. You say one thing, you do another, you're not congruent. You've got another thing coming. Why should children listen to you? Why should young people listen to you? So in essence, it is the responsibility of adults.
Yeah.
We assume, how's an in your 40s? How's on 35? Was an into your 40s? There's certain behavioral patterns that do not match that age. You cannot be out here, hey, people are watching you. You cannot be out here acting 16 or 12, throwing tantrums.
Yeah.
I wear what I want.
At 40?
At 40?
Ma'am.
Like, seriously.
No.
We are raising children.
Yeah.
And when we raise children, it's like the Bible says, when I was a child, I did childish things. When I became older, I started to do adult things. So when I let adulting, but this stage.
Yeah.
So, like you're saying, I agree with you 100% that older people are important. Even younger people are important.
Yeah.
I still want to, like, I'm seeing a challenge as well as an older person.
Yeah.
I want to work with young people. Young people are not cemented. Young people, It's like, I'll give you an example.
Okay.
This is something that happened
Humor
live.
me. Humor me. Yeah.
We're out somewhere. I'm with a friend of mine at the time.
Mm-hmm.
So there are some young girls around.
Mm-hmm.
And it's an area, no why and everything. We went out, people are there.
Yeah.
So this young girl, she's looking at our nails. Dinala.
Yeah.
She's like, oh my God, boss lady.
Mm.
And Bowanaka, this is not condemnation.
Yeah.
We there's something from what I'm going to say.
Yeah.
So this young girl, Ubizi ho warabona, comes, oh, boss lady,
Ooh. Yeah.
holding a cigarette. You know what? Boss lady, I love your content.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? You're like amazing.
Yeah.
You know, I'd like to do your nails for free. I'd like you to be my, I think, an ambassador. I looked at this child.
Mm.
And I said, thank you, my love.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, at the moment, I've already got somebody.
Mm.
And I could see that young people don't have enough mentors.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you have a mentor,
Mm-hmm.
you have somebody who's guiding you.
Mm-hmm.
They will tell you
Mm-hmm.
that that is not the place to talk about business. Even if you're going to talk about business, please come only together. Only how go serious.
I know.
How go kwa role a young person o ta o tshwere biri. O bo expect gore boss lady o ka ira anything go no a ka go support in any way. It is your aura. This is what it is. It's not changing for any of you. You better understand. Present yourself sinte if you want something from people.
I concur.
Yes.
Ibile, I would like to add
Yes.
that since I started going on this journey,
Yes.
ka nako e le bosigo ba 1 a.m.
Yes.
Bosigo ba like le heartbroken. I've since been able to collect myself,
Mm.
and my experience with grownups.
Yeah.
All the time, everywhere I go, they would be more than willing to help me.
Yes.
And if they can't help me, they will refer me to somebody who they believe will be open to helping me.
Exactly.
This is why I'm a very kind person. I'm very I'm very humble.
I agree. Yes.
And it took me a while to understand this and really accept it, because for a little while, why am I always this? Am I being fake?
Yeah.
But I see that that's not what it is.
Yeah.
This is who I am.
Yeah.
From and I'm only seeing it now.
Yeah.
And that on its own opens the door. And then what really pushes the door on my end is how I show up in the world.
Exactly.
Based on how I present myself, how I speak, how I dress, how baholo ba bua le nna ke bua yang, ke responda yang.
Yes.
Am I open to what they're saying?
Yes.
Ebile ha ke ganetsa, do I say it in a way that is disrespectful or respectful?
Yeah.
Do I say it in a way that shows the other person, okay, this person wa acknowledge that they were wrong,
Yes.
but also their side of the story and how they see things. Okay, this seems like somebody o balance to kgona go lebella dilo sente. Maybe when they've messed up, they take ownership of that.
So there's a sense of emotional intelligence here, accountability, and all of that.
Yeah. So they're open to me because
you
of how
have
I'm showing
that.
up.
Yeah. You have all those things
I
going
wouldn't
on.
come to you, I think it's and I'm not bashing anybody, but it's just to say I know how to present myself in a way that makes people open to me.
Exactly.
And this is why I'm winning.
And this is why a lot of young people are on some khabari. You're out here on Facebook, showing up badly, not only for yourself, but for your parents.
Yeah.
You know, because and will always, it is what it is. Young people need to be taught this. Like even now, my parents have passed away. Both my parents are gone. I do not have the luxury of showing up badly because my parents are in the afterlife. And in the afterlife, they can see everything that I'm doing. When Lesedi this is why I have to leave a legacy, not only for myself, but for my parents. So if you're not going to show up sinte, Chaba e go lebile.
Yeah.
As monana. And don't be out here crying tears, tisk. O bua gore hey batho ga ba mpudela. You know, I love how clinical psychologist Jordan Peterson says in his 12 rules for life.
Yeah.
Are, raise your children in a way that adults bata go ba bulela dipelo. I'm an adult, ke go buletse pelo, because of how your mother has watered you. I mean, Lesedi, when you first came here, you are on some tip. Feminism.
Yeah.
And that's going to be the next topic.
Yeah.
Feminism.
Yeah.
What is this? But even in that,
Yeah.
like we always say, ruta ngwana gore le ha ka lathega o kgona go bona their way back. And that's what it was.
Yeah.
Oh, the fact of the matter is that you're coming from a home in gore go ne go na le molao. How ya go UB? O se molao thakathakana le diwe tse dintsi di challenge ding freedom monyana 2 minutes. But o santse o kgonne go boa how in that environment. Yeah, no, you have to be an adult.
Yeah.
O na le bokgoni jwa go lemoga gore o tshwantse re o retse o ithute mo mogolong. Because o tswa kae ko tswang teng gomo was instilled in you. So bana ga se gore ga ba reetse hela ka gore re tshwantse re tlhaloganye gore rona re le batsadi re ne ra ba ruta yang gore ba te ba kgone go ithuta mo bagolong ba bangwe ko pele kwa ba ba totang ba ba thoka. Like for example right now, I have no problem putting you on. I put you on because you're going to represent me Sunday.
Exactly.
That's why you're doing your golf, girl.
Man,
That's why you got golf clubs.
everybody, I started playing golf like 6 months ago and I'm acing this.
Yes.
Okay. And it's because my auntie put me on. Because I was this close. But yes, I got put on because because
Yeah.
and people are more than open, more than willing to help me out because of how I show up. They trust that I'll do a better job at representing them with the next person.
100%.
Yeah.
You were going to say something there?
I was going to say, can you say that about yourself?
Yes. Can you say that about yourself?
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
It's like even with good vision. Tabuka is a young guy. He's out here doing the most. I would never
Shout
allow.
out Tabs.
Yes, shout out Tabs. I would never allow him. I don't care what he's got the best lighting.
Yeah.
Shout out to Good Vision for the best lighting. Yes. Bunte, the quality, picture quality, crisp. And Tabuka knows who to bring into my house as well because he understands what a flow yami in So we have a good working relationship. And for me, those are the young people that I have time for. So what are we saying? Are we saying that just because there's no hope for us? No. This is why we have Ikage Motswana.
Yeah.
This is why we have these conversations. So that you can learn and see the importance of working on yourself as a young person in order gore botshelo bo go bulele.
Very much so.
Yeah.
And I couldn't have said it better.
Yeah. Anyway, moving on. I think maybe to the last part. Feminism.
Ooh.
No child.
Oh my gosh. Feminism will be the death of femininity. Please. Oh my goodness. No. I'll fight anyone who says anything that opposes what I'm saying. No.
Right. Let's talk a little bit on feminism. Women for women. Do you think that exists? Do you think women for women exists?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And the evidence
is
this conversation we're having right here.
Right.
The evidence is the conversations I have with my sister.
Yeah.
My cousins.
Yes.
The people who open themselves up to me.
Yes.
That is evidence of feminism. Feminism, it adds to the well-being ya monana, ya motho wa mme.
Yes.
Gore ngwana ka moso a ska tsoga a le a fragmented young girl showing up in the world in very unpleasant ways.
Teenage pregnancies, out here undressed, go di station in masigo. A ipha banna ba le different, a ithekisa mo maranyaneng a sa apara.
A tala peng bosigo.
Go sa nna sente.
A sa retse dikgalemelo tsa batsadi.
Are I'm a berry, baby.
No. Don't listen to Ice Spice, please. You are not a berry, you are not a 10 out of 10. Please, you will only become a 10 out of 10 when you work on yourself and you can say these things with confidence. O sa kgone, gore o kgona go defend from a place of authenticity.
Yes.
Otherwise, my guy, you're a 0 out of 10, please. And accept your 0.
100%. I agree. I think women for women only exists mo basading ba e leng gore they're actually putting in the work and working on themselves.
Every single day.
Why do I say this? Classic example. I went viral in 2021.
Yeah.
Ke ne ke re hua ke basadi.
Woo. Wait,
Yes.
So that time, no. The time will come. Not right now.
Okay, all right.
Yes.
You see, self-awareness.
Yeah.
You know what to say, when, and how.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
This is how we roll at Ikage Motswana.
Hey, why so you don't just get along with people who are older by just being there.
Exactly.
You guys.
So
Anyway.
in any case, 2021,
Yeah.
I went viral.
Yeah.
People were talking all sorts of trash. Bantogela batsadi, all sorts of things. And I sat there and I was like, how are people getting offended by the fact that I'm telling them the truth, and how they're showing up is just weird. You know? And I said to myself, I want women for women.
Yeah.
Because if there was women for women, Lesedi, true women for women says, I'm Agatha. I'm not married. I don't have children. I can do virtually what I want because I can abana. But when I am in the midst of your auntie Dineo, who's got children, who's raising a little boy, raising a little girl, in my house, yes, I can come naked and do whatever and what I want. But when I visit auntie Dineo, I need to be sensitive for auntie Dineo, and there's a way that I need to dress. So if I'm coming there wearing skimpy little things, and all sorts, I can do that in my space. That's my space. How is that women for women? How am I protecting that woman's children? How am I adding to her children? How am I adding to her in raising amazing kids? You see?
You're not adding anything. If anything, you are just breaking down.
I'm taking away.
Yeah.
Woman. So we've got to be careful. Women for women. Women for women. If you want to know what women for women is women holding each other accountable. That's women for women. Men for men is men holding other men accountable. Women for women is encouraging women to not be so inauthentic that they think the only thing that matters is their degrees and their money. Women for women is teaching women that self-concept starts from inside. Happiness is an inside job.
Mama neha dropa di gems are self-efficacy.
A self-efficacy.
Google it. Self-efficacy.
Auntie of the nation.
Shout out to you, dude. Self-efficacy.
Yes. So these are the conversations that we need to be having with our girl child.
Yeah.
And being honest.
Yeah.
One of the things that I absolutely love about me, and I kishia ka homo.
Please. Go on.
I look good.
Yeah.
I smell good.
Yeah.
I talk good.
Yeah.
So in all of that, I am showing young people, how le 43.
Yeah.
You don't have to be frustrated, overweight, depressed, a functioning alcoholic,
nasty
in the office, or manyabana.
Yeah.
You can actually be a centered, grounded, older woman living her best life within the confines of well-being and teach Bana that.
Women's Month.
Women's Month.
I can strongly, confidently, without a shadow of a doubt, say to you right here and everybody listening that I smell good.
Yes.
I look good.
Look at Taboka nodding. You see? The other gender is watching my game. Taboka's in the background. Yeah, dog. That's right.
I smell good. I look good.
Yes.
I show up right.
Yes.
I dress good. people like me.
Yes.
Baholo like me, they endorse me. Bana
Yeah.
like me, they endorse me
Yeah.
because I worked on myself and I got to this place because of Meomo.
Yeah. Oh, wow. That is so humbling.
No, because I don't see how you can say you're a mentor, but your mentees are out here showing up weird.
Exactly.
What kind of work are you doing?
Exactly. Exactly.
No, I sing hats.
Yeah. Just to be like really, to be honest, we need to start having those conversations. And I think also in your spaces, young people, you need to hold each other accountable as well. You know, the more Lesedis we have, the more boss ladies we have.
Right.
The better the generation, the better the nation. I like what you always say, hey, I was a boss lady, why jealous?
Don't jealous yourself. No, because
in 2024, you're not listening to Boss Lady, you're not following Ikage Motswana.
And when you meet people like me, you will think I'm the odd bunch.
Yes.
Because what? You're not used to seeing this. And it's okay because Linda, I used to be that person.
Yeah.
And this just goes to say that you can be one thing.
Yeah.
And you can always elevate and be something else that is even more awesome or amazing than where you come from.
Lovely, lovely. So, Lesedi, in closing, I need you to articulate yourself well when it comes to what I'm going to ask you.
Yes.
Articulate yourself well. What would you say first to older women? It's Women's Month. Give us a word to older women.
I'm going to quote the smartest person I've ever met. Why are you smiling? No! And this smart person, I'm not going to, I won't say it
verbatim.
But this person always says something along the lines of, older women, it is your responsibility to teach bana banyana, something along those lines. Yeah. And I believe in that. I trust that. And I've decided I'm going to live that because it's my responsibility to show the other person, rather, because now. It's my responsibility to show ngwana show up because ke tlhaloganya di consequences tsa go sa baakanya seemo se ha se khona go baakanyega. Ha go ntse yalo, who's at fault? Nah, for not doing my job. My job iling correct ngwana gore ngwana ska nna weird in these streets.
100%. Yeah. A word to your peers? Bangara ba gago.
Hey guys, Mojola is not the most important thing in this world.
It's good, but it's not everything.
Yes. You need it. But if you don't do right by yourself first, you won't show up you won't have the relationship you want.
Or attract.
You will attract bozos, you will be a bozo, and it'll be a relationship of bozos. Okay?
Can you be nice, please?
Okay.
Bozo! Bozo the clap!
You will be a bozo. You will think you're a 10 out of 10, but you're just a 0, my girl. Okay? And the reason why I stress is because it's not only like a relationship, yeah, boyfriend and girlfriend. It's a relationship, yeah, auntie and niece. It's a relationship, yeah, mother and daughter. It's a relationship, yeah, when how are you going to show up in the world?
Yes.
A relationship is important, but the most important one you need to have, Bailey, is with yourself. When you don't judge yourself, you're able to extend that to the other person. Yeah. When you know how to correct yourself, you're able to do that for the other person.
Yeah.
Auntie A.
Oh, she calls me Auntie A, by the way.
A.
And I don't know how your 10-year-old is calling me Agatha when a whole 27-year-old is calling me Auntie. Baganya Sem. Yes.
When Auntie A says to you, chesta, o sa lemoge gore they're trying to correct you. And it's okay. It's fine.
Yeah, because
But-
yes.
But she's really doing it for your good. Please understand that. Please understand that it's your fault that you're a single mom right now. It's your fault that things are not working out for you. It's your fault because and you're making skewed judgments because of that. That's really it. And we're not saying you're doomed. No, you'll always fix you'll always get a chance to but how say you'll always think that everything is somebody else's fault.
Yeah.
You'll always think that you're not in charge.
Yeah.
And you'll always think that the world is against you, but it's not. Please trust me and believe me, it's not.
Yeah.
It's just
well done, Lesedi. Well done. And just like that, we've come to the end of this amazing episode. I really enjoyed it. And I hope all the young people there hear what is being said. I hope they become better. It's 2024. 2024 is a year of getting things done.
Yeah.
Things that have been left behind. Removing yourself from things that don't serve you.
Yeah.
And moving forward.
Yeah.
I have to live a better life.
Yeah.
So to everybody who's watched this episode, thank you so much. Like we said, subscribe, share, talk about what's happening in Ikage Motswana. To 03, thank you, my G's. You guys are the real G's. To everybody who's watching and following us, spread the word. Ikage Motswana is a movement, guys. It's a movement. Help us preach the holy word, the wellness word. And just like that, we're out. Peace.
This episode was proudly brought to you by 03 Botswana. 03, live pure.
For my people,